This is my Black Desert Ironman account. Over a year ago now, I set off on a solo adventure in the world of Black Desert, but what makes this account so unique is that I can't purchase any pearls and I have zero access to the central market, which means I can't buy or sell any items unless from an NPC. Now, the goal for this account is to reach 700 gear score, which I know is a tedious task, but I'll be enjoying every step along the way. So let's see what happens in this challenging journey of Black Desert Online, Ironman Edition. In the previous episode, I completed a brand new journal which earned our character 1 AP and 1 DP. Following that, I continued my hunt for tongue red rings in the underwater abyss, hoping to secure us a second TED accessory. But unfortunately, after more than 20 hours of grinding here, we still came up empty-handed. So to change things up, I decided to revisit my Griffin helmet in hopes of achieving pen. But with no success, I decided maybe it was time to tackle a new grind location. But before we get into that, my goal by the end of this year is to achieve 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. So if at any point you enjoy the video, consider leaving a like or subscribing as it helps out the channel greatly. And with that out of the way, let's see what my Ironman recently has gotten into. So with just a little over 1,000 hours on the account, we've honestly uncovered a lot so far in our journey. We've scavenged through the deepest ruins in the desert, explored through the dense forest of Odolita, and have climbed the peaks of the Mountain of Eternal Winter. Now there are still plenty of grind spots I want to tackle as we push towards our goal of 700 gear score, but I felt it was finally time to tackle a location that I've honestly been pretty nervous to attempt. And that is the Elvia realm. The Elvia realm was released back in 2021, which empowered the grind zones in Serendia by being infused with Hadum's corruption. Now, this could be a bit of a conversation starter, but I truly do believe that the Elvia realm was one of the coolest updates that this game had ever introduced, as it revitalized some of the old grind zones that no longer served any purpose. Some of these spots like Baragi Den, which incorporated a raising bounty against adventurers, which eventually upon reaching level 5, you would face Baragi himself. Castle Ruins, which turned into a new 3-person grind spot, and I'm sure a lot of you remember this one, the Orc Camp, which was a absolute war zone for players. I remember back in 2021, you'd either spend 30 minutes to an hour trying to find a spot that wasn't already occupied, or you'd just flag up on someone to assert dominance that would turn into a GVG that could last for hours. And for those of you who may be curious as to why I'm only now stepping into the Elvia realm, as I've had the gear to grind these spots for some time, it is because my attention isn't focused on the Serendia region of Elvia, but actually the Calpheon region, which was later given an Elvia update only a year later in 2022. And as for why I have given focus to the Calpheon region as opposed to the Serendia region is because the Calpheon region of Elvia drops crystallized despairs. These are very important items as you use them to upgrade your alchemy stone throughout the game, which does grant you an increased stat like sheet DP and monster damage reduction. Now to some, it might seem a little odd to enhance my Ator's Power Stone as there are better alch stones out there like the Vel's Heart, but I wanted to accomplish this not only for the additional 4 sheet DP, but also to commemorate fellow creator Sigloot, who not only was one of the first adventurers to exalt their Ator's Power Stone, but he's also one of the individuals who inspired me to start this Ironman challenge years ago. So with that, I unsheathed my sword and headed into a region in hopes of acquiring 300 despairs. Okay, this is actually a little bit shocking. Like, obviously they're not dying as fast as I wish they were, but I'm killing them. I am killing them, and I'm not dying in the process. So I mean, this is again without a simple cron mule. I don't have a frenzy popped or anything. I mean, I think it might be doable. All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's buff up and see what we can do. I mean, we're at 849 out of 970, but I think it's at least worth a shot. Yeah, they die significantly faster. That is honestly kind of an insane difference. Obviously, I know if having like a Pen Blackstar or something would, I know the Pen Blackstar would make a huge difference, but wow, this is a little astonishing, honestly. And the fact that Succession Musa is like all blue and wind and stuff like that, he reminds me a lot of Yasuo from League of Legends. Oh! Okay, our first despair. One of, I think, 300 that we're going to need in order to get our Tor's Power Stone to be exalted. We're here for a long time, but we got to do it. Oh, whoa. Okay. Our first boss spawn. I genuinely have no idea if we're even going to be able to do this, but we'll see what happens. Oh my god, there he is. The Giga Gord himself, the Shadow of Nightmares. I am pretty sure in a 1v1 situation I win this. But if I'm also trying to clear packs at the same time... oh wait. Isn't that his phasing? I think he's like halfway done already. Hold up. Oh! Let's go! Not only a despair, but also a disto. Love to see that. Okay. Looks like the ogre is about to fall here. See if we get anything significant. Nice. Okay, another despair and also another disto. That's crazy. I love that. So just concluded 2 full hours at Elvia Giants, which is a little astonishing to even say because that is the first Elvia spot that we have ever grinded on the Ironman account. But as you can see, this is all of what I got in those 2 hours. With the trash, this was on a blue loot scroll with no aggros. I got 23,349, which, you know, over time, as I get better at the location, I get more gear. This will only go up and up. But for 2 hours, I mean, 466 mil, and only one of those hours I used a tent buff. So essentially 400 mil in those 2 hours isn't too bad, especially in comparison to Lower Sakraya, where we were just at. We also got 2 bosses, which miraculously we did see a disto on each boss. I am just going to be melting these down for Yona fragments. Something that I'm a little bit disappointed in is that even though I knew this wouldn't be a, you know, super great spot for Kaffir stones, only seeing 39 Kaffirs in 2 hours isn't the most ideal, but I mean, Kaffirs are Kaffirs. I'll take whatever I can get. But most importantly, the crystallized despair. As we all know, this is what you'll use in order to make your cups to bless and exalt your Tor's Power Stone or Vel's Heart or whatever Power Stone you have. I'm going to need 300 of these in total, so it's going to take some time to get that, but the fact that I got 13 in 2 hours, I think is a good sign because this is going to go a little bit quicker than I may have thought. But I mean, also we are on a drop rate event, so we do have an extra 50% drop rate. But nonetheless, honestly, I really enjoyed that spot. The only downside is that my gear does break very easily within the hour. So I think what I'm going to have to do is start actually making these anvils so I can repair at my tent as opposed to having to leave the grind location and come back. But honestly, for the first 2 hours, I feel like that wasn't that bad. Got all the materials. We got a worker in tariff. But this is a little alarming. I mean, 8.5 hours. I'm pretty sure I can just skip over that. 300 mil? I don't even have that, do I? I have 286. Okay, let me try to scrape some stuff up. After checking all of my storages, or at least not all of them, but almost all of them, I do see that I have 29 mil from that. That does put me at the amount needed in order to complete my anvil. So let me go ahead and complete that. And with that, I will now have 24 hours of repair time with my tent, but now I am dirt broke. Now I could be completely wrong, but I'm 99% certain that in the past, you had to spend pearls to expedite that process. So the fact that it may now be silver just makes it even that much better. So when looking back in the Ironman series, I received my tent back in March of 2024. It is currently September 2025, which means I've held onto this item in my tent expired for over a year and a half, or basically just at a year and a half. But without further ado, goodbye Old Moon Camping Anvil, and welcome in the 24-hour new anvil. It's actually really sad that this only lasts 24 hours in comparison to the other item that allows you to buy the tent buffs and stuff. Maybe they'll change this to 7 days, I don't know, because the materials needed to get this are a little bit strenuous to go gather. They're not the worst, but in comparison to just buying the other item from the older manager, I wish that there was a different option, but let's get into grinding. For the first time in essentially a year and a half, I can repair at my tent. That is a little alarming to say, but at the same time really relieving. But I don't have any silver in order to buy any buffs, so I do think I actually need to go try to scrape up a little bit more just in order to at least buy church buffs. I didn't necessarily want to sell any of this trash yet. I kind of wanted to hold on to it until I obtained the 300 crystallized despairs, but I'm gonna go ahead and at least just sell a little tiny bit of it just to get me through the first hour, and then after that hopefully we'll be able to still have enough. I know there's not a lot of people doing it on BDO, but wait, what? Wait, did these drop off the mobs? I thought those only dropped off the bosses. Look, I'm not even 30 minutes into the hour, and look, my earring is already breaking. This is exactly why I needed to make this anvil, because I could not go back and forth between town. I do have the archaeologist map, but I can only do that once per 6 hours, so yeah. Okay, I believe he is phasing, which means he's like half HP, if not just about to die straight up. Let's hope we get a disto though. Like, look at his sword. Oh my god. He's so cool. And we did get one. Okay, cool. So we got a despair and a disto from that. Nice. I need to not do that. But it's so comfortable right now. Ooh, another despair. Wait, whoa. I just got back-to-back despairs. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Just concluded yet another 2 hours at Elvia Giants. Honestly, I'm starting to get into a pretty good groove of things. I did use a few of my storage mates to put some trash here just because I wasn't able to get to my horse. So I want to say within those 2 hours with Agris and a blue loot scroll, we were able to get a little over 40,000 trash loot, which is pretty good. And whenever I look at the amount of what this is in total, we have currently over a bill. That's insane. For 4 hours, I'm going to be swimming in crawlstones soon. But also throughout that hour, I did get 15 crystallized despairs, which, as we all know, this is the main reason why I'm here. So we got basically 7.5 per hour there, putting us at a total of 28. Still long ways away from 300. We also got a little bit of Kafirs, which we definitely will be needing. A little bit of Spear Dust, which will eventually turn into said Kafirs. Also got 2 distos. I was completely unaware that you can get the distos now off of the normal mobs. In the past, last time I grinded here, you could exclusively only get these off of the bosses that spawn out of the rift. But I guess they updated this a few months ago, if not a little over a year ago. But nonetheless, got 2 distos. Definitely going to be melting those for Yonuts to go towards our Bassy belts. But overall, loving this place. Gonna get right back into another couple of hours, and I'll catch you there. We got an ogre in front of us. And he will be giving us a buff, and hopefully a despair, and hopefully a disto. But let's see what the ogre drops us here. Wow, okay. Crystallized despair and a disto. I don't know if the distos are guaranteed. I mean, every single boss we've killed, we've received one. But I don't know, maybe I'm just getting lucky. Look at that. 23 minutes in, and this thing is already down to 10 durability. Like, what? I'm gonna have to make these anvils literally every single day though. That's gonna be so annoying. So since the last clip, I have kind of been a little bit absent. I know some of you who may be following the channel a little bit closely may be more aware of it than others, but I essentially haven't streamed the game in about a month. I had to pivot my focus into my real life. There was a lot of things that were going on, and I do appreciate everyone that has been patient with that so far. But since that last time that I streamed about a month ago, they have changed a lot in this game. I mean, whenever I immediately opened up my inventory, I noticed that a lot of things were gone. We also do have a new tab, which is where a lot of those items went. Now, I don't remember how many Kafirs or Despairs I had in my immediate inventory from the last time that I grind, but I definitely did not have 36,000 Blackstones in my inventory at one point. So I guess anything that now falls under the enhancement tab, which obviously Blackstones are part of that, Kafirs, etc., instead of them being in my storage like they usually were, because throughout the whole time of this account, these have been in my Velia storage, but now everything is just in my inventory. So I don't know if I should either leave it here or if I should put it into my storage, because I mean, as you guys have known throughout the series, I do like to track my hours, give, you know, a rough idea as to how many things I've been getting per hour. And with this, I'm a little lost. I don't even remember how many CAFRs or whatever I had for the previous hour of grinding here. I did go back into my footage and I tried to see what the rough idea of how many CAFRs or despairs I had from the previous hour of grinding, but I really can't make out an exact number. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this all back into my storage just so that every time that I do a few hours, I'm able to kind of keep track of it like I've always been used to. But I don't know, maybe things might change. Maybe I end up liking it in this instead. But nonetheless, let's get back into grinding. I miss this game a lot and we got a lot of work to do. Like in my mind, it would make more sense that the armor breaks first before the accessories, but I don't know. Oh. Wait, that's like the first one I think we've gotten so far. I'm pretty sure that acts as a weapon for like 10 minutes? I think? Or something like that. I don't remember how long it lasts for, but geez, okay. First time with that one. That's cool. Okay, the black stone consumes the clouds of blessing and recovers its energy. Okay, so it wasn't 10 minutes. It was 5 minutes. But still, I essentially had 5 minutes of grinding with a weapon without having to kill a boss. Even though it would be nice to get one of those to spawn, but nonetheless, really cool to see one of those drop. So we just concluded 2 hours at Elvia Trolls. It is fun to be back grinding again. As you can see here in the bottom left corner, we did accumulate 31,558 trash loot within those 2 hours. I did have Agris on that full time with a blue loot scroll. I did already go ahead and put it into my storage and I can't pull it back out, but it did give us about 600 mil. Subtract the 100 mil, so about 500 mil in total profit, which we love to see because I'm going to need so many crons. I also did discover that even if I do move my CAFR stones, etc. into my storage, anytime that I do pick up a new CAFR from grinding or despair or blackstone or whatever it may be that falls under the enhancement tab, it won't go into the normal inventory. It will just go right back into the enhancement tab. So I think I'm just going to keep everything here, because if I don't, I'm still going to have to, you know, put it back into storage and stuff like that. But I actually kind of like that it's all in one place. We did manage 6 crystallized despairs, which, you know, isn't the most whenever it comes to those 2 hours, but I mean, with everything that was popped, I did have around 231 drop rate, so not the most, but nonetheless 6 is more than we had before. I did roughly start out with, I think, around 4980 or 4990. So we got anywhere from 30 to 40 CAFRs, which again, it's not a lot, but I mean, it's the first time I'm grinding in like 2 months. We did get about 100 spear dust, but nonetheless, this is progress. We're going to get back into grinding, but I'm really excited to see the progress that we're making so far. So to take a little break in between our grind hours, I did go ahead and run our dark roast for the week. It has been a little bit of time since I've done this. Unfortunately, we did not come out with any of the additional boxes. We just have the normal 444. Got 17 memory fragments, some ancient spirit dust like normal, a bunch of other goodies, and then we also did get some of the enhancement stuff like the dawn stones, which I will be selling because I don't use Karazaz on this account, and some black stones. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into the boxes, starting with the blues. Last week we did get, I think it was a Debo ring out of, I think it was one of the purples. I was gonna say, imagine if that was a Debo ring. But yeah, if we can get Debo next, that would be amazing. That is what I would ideally would prefer, just because I do eventually want to go to Ashworth at some point on this account. I know that's going to take a little bit more time to get to, but I do like how we got an ogre ring on the first go. Definitely will melt that down for Jonas. And crossstones, nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and get into the reds. Obviously, any additional Bassy belt as well would be amazing, just because, as you all know, I do eventually want to get a Pen Bassy belt on this account just for personal reasons. I think it'd be very nostalgic. Got 2 centaurs belt, bro. Centaurs and a cadgering, nothing crazy. We still aren't cheering. I know they, oh, that was 1 over. Some additional crossstones, which we will definitely take. Yeah, again, they removed the cheering animation for a majority of the yellow accessories a while back. So now you only cheer for like ogre rings, latents, and I don't think you cheer for ruin rings, but you do cheer for debos, latents, and ogres. So if you do cheer, you have like essentially a 1 in 3 shot. But nonetheless, getting into the last 4 boxes here with the purples. Come on, nothing in that. Oh. Okay. See, we didn't even cheer for that, but that's insane. Was not okay. And we gotta. All right, I guess we gotta enhance them. What the heck? Okay, that's actually insane. A duo Voltarra belt, a Bassi, base Voltarra, and 10 crons. That's a dub. Let's go ahead and enhance this. Let's see how far we can get with it. I've seen a ton of clips of the new UI, but this is my first time experiencing it on the Ironman account, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. It's definitely different, but we do have the duo, we do have the base. How do I even see my stacks? I don't even know where to look. So it looks like I have to click this little enhancement chance area right here, then this pops up this little window, and then instead of right clicking the stack, it looks like you have to left click it. It applies like that. It's so weird. That's different. But yeah, nonetheless, let's see it. Try Voltarra belt. 37.5% chance. Ooh, that was quick. I like all the little. That's cool. That's different. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that yet. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, this is a little bit better, I think. I mean, having that little nadir band slot down here. Obviously, before it was like a little crescent thing, and you would choose in between. Like, this actually looks better. I don't like how we can't click and drag it around like before, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would probably just take time for me to get used to. But overall, yeah, that sucks. But I don't have any other Voltarra belts. I have a Pry, I think, from a different box opening, but that was insane. I was not expecting to get a duo out of that. See what we can get to drop here, man. Hopefully a Disto, a Despair. Let's see. Okay, no Disto, but we did get a Despair, which is definitely what we want, and we got 5 minutes worth of a buff to run with, so nice. But oh, I wasn't even looking at my screen. I heard the cheering animation. Okay, I feel like we haven't seen one of those in like 3-4 hours. Nice. I think that would be really fun to experience. That's like my biggest thing that I would like to see from them. Oh, okay, wait, 2 distos in 1 hour. That's insane. Okay, love that. Just concluded yet another 2 hours at Elvia Giants. We did get essentially 35,000 trash loot with a blue and Agris. We also did come out with 10 more crystallized despairs. The last couple hours that we did, we ended off at 41. Now we have 51, so we got 5 in both of those hours. I'm not really able to keep track as to how many Kaffir stones that we have, but I mean, we're still making progress there. Miraculously came out with 2 black distortion earrings, which we will be melting down for the Yona fragments. And just to do a little check-in on the trash, I did pull, I think, about 10,000 out just to sell for some liquid silver, so I can at least buy some temp buffs. But we're now at 127,000 trash loot, and if I were to sell this right now, that would be about 2.5 billion liquid silver, which is going to be very helpful for those cron stones needed for the helmet. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get back to grinding, do a few more hours, see how much we can come out with, and maybe we'll rethink about going for the helmet. Because again, this is what I really want to get right now. I want to get this thing to pen. I want to start smacking all the amount of Kaffirs I have into this. So let's do a few more hours, try to get a little bit more liquid silver, and then we'll go from there. Oh my god, another despair. Bro, this hour is insane. I had 51 at this. I'm at 5 so far in 25 minutes. What the actual... Dude, I don't know what's happening this hour, but I'm not going to complain. What? I think he's about to die. We did. Ooh, okay. No disto, but we did get the despair, which is honestly, I kind of want that more than a disto, but nonetheless, another boss down, another despair in my inventory. We're still in the second hour, but we're at 62, man. I have no idea how we've acquired that many in just an hour and 15 minutes, but I'm not gonna complain. I mean, we are grinding on the Archer server, so we are taking advantage of that 50% additional drop rate, and we do have the bonus 20% from the Black Shrine bosses. So we are grinding at 281% drop rate as opposed to the 211-ish drop rate that we would have been at normally. But, I mean, hey, man, there's no one here, so I'm going to take advantage of that. And with a couple more mobs dead, There we go. 50% of the way towards level 63. Very small little milestone, but nonetheless, we're halfway there. Back in Calphion with our favorite NPC, Basquian. I don't even know how to say that last part, but nonetheless, did 2 more hours, got 36,000 trash, so about 1,000, a little over 1,000 more trash loot than the previous 2 hours, which we love to see that improvement. Gonna go ahead and add that to the total, putting us at a 163,000 total, which is insane. And I think the last time we looked at this, it was about 2.5 bill, and now that's 3.2. Holy, okay. Definitely gonna need that, but nonetheless, getting into the good stuff, we got about 50 or so Kafirs within those 2 hours, and we also miraculously came out with 14 despairs. I can't remember how many we got in each hour, but nonetheless, we got 7 on average per both hours. I mean, we went from what, 10 from both hours to 14. I don't know if it was just because of Arsha servers or what, but nonetheless, I'm not going to complain. Any despairs I can get per hour is insane. Also, the Kafirs, I'm just going to leave them here in this inventory slot in the enhancement tab, just because, again, I need like 7,500 or so, so I'm like a 5,000 away, but nonetheless, progress is progress. But I do think it is time to go ahead and briefly revisit this Griffin helmet. I do have, again, like we saw, the 3 billion silver of trash loot that I could sell right now and use that. But if I do go ahead and look at the login rewards for today, I did get 1,000 chronostones. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this first, see what we can make of it, and then revisit with the trash loot if needed. I know we did a few accessory tabs with this new UI, but this is going to be the first time I actually use this new UI a little bit longer to its extent. But yes, we have the Griffin helmet, the concentrated magical blackstones. I have plenty of those, and then I think it's 1,300. I have 300 already sitting in my inventory, and then I have the 1,000 that we got from the login. I'm going to use all these up first, and then if we need to use the amount of chronostones from the trash loot, then we'll do that later on. But let's go ahead and get these out of the way, and then I think I click this for the stack. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the 90s. Let's get these 3 90s out of the way first. I forgot that you have to click it and then apply it. Again, once this gets up to 99, I have to extract it. But nonetheless, we have enough crons to give us a good amount of taps in. We're at a flat 20% chance. Let's just go ahead and get this in. Starting off in a fresh Agris Essence. Click number 1. Okay. I'm gonna get I need to get used to this. This is so weird. It's weird not seeing it. It's weird. It feels like there's not a big... What am I trying to say? I feel like there's not really a gradual build. You know what I mean? Compared to the other one. But attempt 3. Come on, man. Let's not fail 12 times in a row. Ooh. I thought that was it. Okay. Come on. 20.6. Oh, no, no. All right, attempt number 5. Come on, bro. I don't want to fail 12 times. I don't want to fail 12 times. Come on. I'm gonna skip animation 1. Okay, maybe that was the secret. Okay. The nerves are building. Not gonna crawl the pen. Just gonna raw tap it. We have a flat 6% chance with this 190 stack. As you can see, 10 out of 35 fails. We did get the red nose armor on attempt 15, so if we can get it at anything under 15, that'd be great. But nonetheless, pen, Griffin helmet, attempt number 11 on the new UI. Let's see, man. I don't want to do that one. I forgot. I had to click this one. Okay, here we go. Come on. Oh, that was so quick. That was too quick. Okay. Reset the stack. Let's put in another 90. Click apply. Looks like we have 4 more. 4 more clicks for another tet, and then we got to sell the trash. But who knows? Maybe we get it in 4. I also didn't realize that this is the protected click, and then this is the normal click. But come on. my god, bro. That one felt so good. I saw it go too. That made it even feel better. Holy. Okay, another pen click. Pen Griffin helmet. Attempt number 12. We have a 196 stack. I think this will go over 200 if this fails. Here we go. Come on. Come on, man. Just give it to me. Oh, it hurts, man. It hurts. We have one more 90 stack, and then we have to resort back to the 80s. But that's okay, because we only need one more tet, right? Surely. Surely, right? Let's go ahead, rip the band-aid off. Come on. Oh my god. No, I might as well not even use the crons at this point. The 202 stack seems a little overkill, but I mean, it's the Ironman account. I gotta get these things out of the way. I need to get these gains, man. Pen Griffin helmet, attempt number 13, 6.36. Come on. Bro, please, man. Oh, I saw the blue from down here and I thought it went. Oh, my heart attack, bro. What? 80 stack, here we come. Instead of it being a 20%, it is now an 18%, but that's okay. There's no way we get 3 in a row, right? There's no way. There's no way. Okay, yeah, okay. I was going to say, there's no way that the game generously gives me 3 Tat Griffin helmets in a row. There's no way. All right, second click, come on. I think after this we have one more click, and then I have to sell the trash loot. And I guess I got to repair the helmet. Okay. Went ahead, repaired our Griffin helmet all the way back up to max durability. If this fails, then we'll go ahead and sell the trash loot like I mentioned. But before we do, let's see if we get this Tet. Let's see if we get it. And we didn't. Okay. Let me go ahead and sell that trash, get the amount of Cronstones that I can, and then we'll revisit. If I did my math correctly, I did purchase enough Crons in order to give us 9 Tet attempts, and then after that I am out of silver. I do have a few 100 mil left, but I want to keep that in order to buy some tent buffs for my grind. Let's go ahead and apply this here. Let's really hope I don't hit 9 fails in a row and have to pity this, but let's go. 4th click, come on. That sat for so long. That sat. I like that one. Whatever that was, I need that to happen, but it succeed on the next one. Just like that. Okay. Nice. Again, the red nose did go on attempt 15. If this goes here, we will have beaten our record. But nonetheless, we're going to do a little bit of overkill, but it is what it is. Pen Griffin helmet, attempt number 14. Come on. All right, let's revisit with the 80 stack, throw that in, add the crons. I think this is 7 more clicks, right? If I'm correct, or 6? I don't remember. Let's just go ahead and throw this in, man. We're doing a spinning thing now. Fail 1. That's okay. Come on, bro. Please, man. One more click. Attempt 2. That's fine. That's fine. 18.4% chance. Almost at that 20. Come on. This is such a tedious item. But that's okay. 3 more attempts, boys. 3 more attempts. We either get it or we don't. Come on. Right here, man. Oh! It sat for so long. Okay, one more click. A little bit of a change of scenery. You guys can't tell within this little UI window, but I am in the Griffin pit in Sylvia at Navarne Step, where I got the Griffin helmet to drop like a year ago. I don't know if this is gonna work. It feels like it works. Let's just go ahead and rip it. At 10 number 15, 214 stack, 6.72% chance. Come on. Now if ever. The Griffin pit did not serve us justice. All right. One more run for now until I need to get back to grinding. Throw in the 80 stack. 2 more clicks with the crons. I mean, hey, it can go in 1. We've seen it happen. Tag Griffin. Attempt 1 of 2. Let's see it. That lingered for so long. That's crazy. Okay. Last click. If this fails, we got to go back to grinding. Grind up some more hours. Get some more crystallized despair. Some Kafirs, etc. And then sell the trash for more cross zones. But in the event that this goes, that's another pen click. But let's see what happens. Come on. Ooh. I actually had hope. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to go. That's unfortunate. It is what it is. I got to repair this. But nonetheless, let's repair it. Get back to grinding. But dang. I mean, we got, what was that? 5 clicks? We got like 5 pen clicks in, man. That's actually some crazy progress in the event that we have to pity this thing out. And with that, even though we didn't see any increase in our gear score, we were able to not only solidify that we can grind in the Elvia realm, but we also got a handful of pen attempts towards our Griffin helmet. Obviously, I don't want to pity the helmet as it does take 35 fails to guarantee it, but it is still nice to at least see progression in not only my gear, but also my silver and despairs that I've been acquiring. It is going to take a while to obtain all 300, but I know we'll have a lot of fun in doing so. So until the next episode, take care.